So as you said, my name is Roi. I'm a PhD at Tel Aviv University, soon to finish my PhD at Tel Aviv University. And my work is talking about ozonation-based treatment of waste for the ethanol production. And this is a project we called Ethanol Free. So we know the coronavirus, the corona pandemic, it affects us in many ways. Of course, total death, high amounts of death, more than 11 million people died from the more than 11 million people infected, and more than 3 million people died from corona, and also the GDP loss, economical loss, $76.6 billion US, but not economical and not only health issues, also environmental issues that affected by the corona, the generation of waste. And if we look at one example, is the paper and cardboard waste. We all know the scenario. There were lockdowns. We were sitting more at our houses. We ordered more food, pizza boxes, boxes. Anyway, 400 million tons of waste are generated each year worldwide in the last year from the corona. And also we have recycling problem because the cost of cardboard was so low that it's not economic to recycle. So it's kind of the egg and the chicken problem. We continue to accumulate more and more waste. But we can use this waste for the production of ethanol. Ethanol is used for many in the chemical industry for many applications. We know ethanol from beer and alcoholic beverages, and also from sanitation like alcohol gels, acetals, and all this, but also used for rubber and plastic industries, also for chemical biofuels. So there are many different applications we can use from ethanol, and the idea is to produce ethanol from this waste that are generated, especially from the corona pandemic. And crash course in bioethanol production, we take waste, and we all know we can ferment the sugars, the cellulose from this waste, which come from wood or cellulosic material in the first place, and then distill it. But in the waste or in wood in general, the cellulose doesn't come only cellulose. It also comes with another fraction of material called lignin. You can imagine kind of a glue that coating all the cellulose and doesn't allow us to break the cellulose and make the ethanol. So we need to do some kind of pre-treatment to release all the cellulose from the lignin. About 20% of the total cost is from the pre-treatment, a lot of money. And there are many different methods for pre-treatment, but they're inefficient, they are time-consuming, and they are polluting. And our solution is to use ozonation, ozone molecule, that acts as a magic bullet directly on this lignin material, oxidize it, and breaks it, and release the cellulose. So you can see in the table here, different applications, common applications for pre-treatment and our ozonation. So while the ethanol production cost is not changing, or we are economic competitive to other methods, we are much more benefit in the environmental cost, environmental impact, which dramatically we can reduce the release of GHG emissions to the atmosphere. So we make the ethanol, we produce ethanol, but still, it's not 100%. We have some remaining of solids. So what we can do with the other remaining of solids? So one idea is to use them as an absorbance material to remove contaminants from water, because we showed in our research that after the ozonation production, the remnants show a high absorption ability because of different electrostatic abilities that they show now. So it's a very small test. We took textile dye, which is a common pollutant, especially in Asia and other Southeast Asia and India and some of these places. We mix it in water, put the material, the raw material, and the waste of the waste, what remained after the ethanol production. And we saw how much of this dyes it can remove. So in the beginning, it removed about 26 or 39% of the total dye. Then it can, if we use the remnants, the removal ability showed much, much higher ability, almost 3 times more than previous. So increased absorption abilities, also pollution removal from 26 to 68%. So it showed very good application for water treatment or climate control applications and so on. And we took this idea of utilizing this waste, and we already patented this idea, this process that we built in our lab. You can see this pilot that we built at Tel Aviv University in the zoological garden. So we have this Shiva, the goat, that helps us in the experiments. And it's scientifically proven, and we have a proof of concept prototype, 2 times folder, like 100 liter facility. And of course, it's patented and it's protected, the IP, and it's working now semi-industrial process. Okay? And as I mentioned, we talked about cardboard waste, but it's not just for cardboard waste. It's for many, many other materials, waste materials that contain this cellulose. All these woody-based materials like paper, cardboard, but also agricultural waste, forestry residues, textile waste, especially cotton fabrics, also a major issue that we try now to test. And overall, we can track these different types of waste, treat them for ethanol production, so we reduce the total waste. We can treat, as I mentioned before, water treatment, and also reduce the GHG emissions to the atmosphere, since we are no more landfilling, or we are less landfilling this waste because we have lesser and lesser wastes. And that's it. Very short, very specific. Thank you very much.